Hello, welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're a subscriber. My name is Ashley, and thank you for stopping by Ashley versus the Bookish Agenda. Today's video is a library book haul. If you've been on my channel for any amount of time, you know that I am obsessed with the library, and I usually do 2 library book hauls a month. I'm very late this month, so my 2 hauls will probably coincide back to back. And I have a lot of books because 3 of the books I had on hold just came in yesterday. So I'm not going to talk about every one of them. I might just give you a reason why I got them. And so this video isn't super long. I'm going to start right now. So up first, I got Extraordinary Means by Robin Schneider. I got this because it was being compared to The Fault in Our Stars. It's about 2 teens who fall in love right at the brink of a cure. They're both sick. And so I already know that I'm probably going to cry buckets on this book. Next is a book that I got for Diversity Bingo 2017, and it is a highly raved and talked about book, and that is American Street by E.B. Issaboy. This is about a girl and her mother who are coming into America, and her mother gets stopped, but she's allowed to go through, and so she has to navigate being in America and essentially taking care of herself because her mother wasn't allowed to come in. I haven't checked out the synopsis too much on this, so forgive me for the glare and if I got the synopsis wrong. I'm starting to now try to go into books more blind so I don't know, won't get spoiled on anything. Excuse me, I just hit my desk. Up next is a book that I'm obsessed with because of the design, and hopefully I fall in love with it. And it is Rosebud by A.G. Howard. It is a YA retelling of the Phantom of the Opera. But look at these pages. I've never seen a book in all red. It fascinated me when I saw that. I was like, I have to pick this up and see if I love it. It is a fantasy. I oftentimes, fantasies for me are hit and miss. Either I'm obsessed with them from the jump and I read them straight through till I put them down, or they don't hold my attention at all. I'm hoping this one does. Next is Someone Like You by Sarah Dessen. I'm trying to get all of Sarah Dessen's books read, and I haven't started one, and I'm right now just trying to skip through and find one that tickles my fancy. So I decided to do Someone Like You. It's about a girl whose best friend's boyfriend dies, and she finds out that she's pregnant, and as a best friend she decides to help her with the child. That's what I got from the synopsis. I'm hoping to like it because if it is, I do have Just Listen, which I own from the thrift store, and I'll go straight into that. I have My Sister Rosa by Justin. I'm not even going to try it. You can see it right there. And this is a book about a boy who is tasked with like keeping an eye on his sister because she's murderous. That's what I've gotten so far. I'm not that far in. We still don't know what she's done or like why she's dangerous. But I'm trying to diversify my reads. I normally stick to contemporary, and I'm not, if I'm not mistaken, that's a horror book. I've never read a horror book before. Up next is a book that you know about if you've seen my review. I did a review for 99 Days by Katie Cotugno. That's all I'm going to say. Review will be in the cards or the link or the end screen after the video. But you definitely won't go see my review. Next is a book that is so widely talked about on BookTube, and you either love it or you hate it. There doesn't seem to be an in between. So when my library finally got it, I rushed to pick it up, and that is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. And this is a story of Well, I'll just read what the thing says. We were liars, a beautiful and distinguished family, a private island, a brilliant damaged girl, a passionate political boy, a group of four friends, the liars, whose friendship turns destructive, a revolution, an accident, a secret, lies upon lies, true love, the truth. We Were Liars is a modern, sophisticated suspense novel from National Book Award finalist and Prince Award honoree E. Lockhart. Read it, and if anyone asks you how it ends, just lie. So I am intrigued because, like I said, this seems to be a book where people either love it and they think it's just the best thing ever, or they hate it and they think it was trash. And I can't wait to see where I fall on it. And I have started reading it, and I'm on page 20, and so far I like it. Next is a book I'm so excited about because it's a book that I was able to hype myself up on. Usually, someone, as being someone that's addicted to booktube like I am, there's not a lot of books that I find and I can hype myself up that aren't, floating around booktube being wildly hyped. And if that makes any sense, forgive me. But I found this through Goodreads, and it is called That Thing We Call a Heart by Sheba Kareem. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. And it's a fresh, funny, and affecting coming of age story about the importance of love in all forms. I think it's about familial love, friendship, romance. I just read the synopsis on Goodreads. Please read the synopsis on Goodreads. I was sold. This one is a book I got because of Books in Lala, and it is The First Time She Drowned by Carrie Clatter. And this is a story about, I think, mother and daughter. Yeah, a bold literary story about the fragile complexities of mothers and daughters and learning to love oneself. The First Time She Drowned reminds us that we must dive deep into our past if we are ever to move forward. And that also intrigues me because I feel like in YA, you don't really get a lot of books about parents or family relationships. Usually it's about romance and friendship or coming to one's own. And so I am really excited to get to this. The last three books are the ones that were on hold and they finally came in and I had to do a victory dance. I'm so excited. This next book is a author that is booktube famous. I hear about her all the time. Never was able to pick up any of her material. And finally, my library got one. And it is a 2017 release, and that is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. When I got this book, I was in shock. I've never seen a contemporary so big. Usually, this size is like reserved for fantasy, and so it's like 519 pages. It's about a girl named Andy, whose dad is a politician, and then there's a scandal, and it changes her life forever. I think she was expecting to go to like this college summer camp. She can't go, and think she ends up walking dogs, what I'm getting from the cover, and she finds out that happiness can come in the unexpected things or something like that. I've had brief synopsis all through BookTube because people have been going crazy over this book. This is the only adult fiction book I have, and I'm super excited about it. This was also another Goodreads recommendation, and I'm using this for Emoji-a-thon, and it is This Is How It Always Ends by Lori Frankel. This came to my attention because there is and I think the focus of the book is a transgender child, which is something I feel like you never see, or me personally. If you have any books that focus on that, please leave them in the comment section down below. But I never seen books where it focused on a transgender child, And this is basically a book about a family. Yeah. It says, this is Claude. He's 5 years old and the youngest of five brothers and loves peanut butter sandwiches. He also loves wearing a dress and dreams of being a princess. When he grows up, Claude says he wants to be a girl. Rosie and Penn want Claude to be whoever Claude wants to be. They're just not sure they're ready to share that with the world. Soon the entire family is keeping Claude's secret until one day it explodes. This is how it always is. It's a novel about revelations, transformations, fairy tales, and family. And it's about the way this is how it always is. Change is always hard and miraculous and hard again. Parenting is always a leap into the unknown with crossed fingers and full hearts. Children grow, but not always according to plan, and families with secrets don't get to keep them forever. I am so excited about this. I'm always excited personally when I can find books with no hype that I find on my own. you know, like no booktube, you know, Goodreads is usually where that happens. I'm always constantly scrolling through Goodreads. So I hope this is a 5-star read. And last but not least is The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. This tells the story of Natasha, who is a Jamaican immigrant, and she's being deported, and she's being deported. She's lived in New York City. Let me see. I'm so bad at this. Okay, Natasha, I'm a girl who believes in science and facts, not fate, not destiny, or dreams that will never come true. I'm definitely not the kind of girl who meets a cute boy on a crowded New York City street and falls in love with him. Not when my family is 12 hours away from being deported to Jamaica. Falling in love with him won't be my story. Daniel, I've always been the good son, the good student, living up to my parents' high expectations, never the poet or the dreamer. But when I see her, I forget about all that. Something about Natasha makes me think that fate has something much more extraordinary in store for both of us, the universe. Every moment in our lives has brought us to the single moment. A million futures lie before us. Which one will come true? I am currently on page 49. When I picked up this book, I was very wary of it because I did not like everything. The writing style was beautiful, but the story just did not connect with me. But I'm already obsessed with this book and quickly flying through it. So I hope they make a movie out of this one. Fingers crossed that they do. So that is my ridiculously long library book haul. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please follow me on all of my social medias, which will be linked in the description down below. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers before the end of the year, so hit that button and make it happen. And as always, until we meet again,